Because the children of Israel didn't keep the commandments. They were placed in hell.
Right.
Give me that Isaiah chapter 5 verse 13. I'm going to show you something because I'm going to bring it all the way back to where you was. I'm going to bring it all the way back. It says, you going to, right? We just said if you going to hell. But what is hell? Read what you got.
Isaiah chapter 5 verse 13.
Read.
Therefore my people.
My people. It says, therefore my people. Specific. Read.
Are gone into captivity.
It says my people. Did you hear that? It says I got him to ride. My people are gone into captivity.
That's right.
What is captivity? Yes, hell, being held captive. What you say?
Being held against your will.
Slavery.
That's right.
Being taken away from your own land not at your own will. You see that? Hold on, sister. Hold on, sister. We the teachers today. Let them listen. And you got to listen too. Read it again.
Therefore, my people are gone into captivity.
My people are gone into captivity. Now, who are the people? Hold that. Drop that. Matthew 2 and 6. Hold that, though. Isaiah. Matthew 2 and 6. Who are God's people? See, you can't just say everybody. Because the Bible don't say everybody. So who are my people that have gone into captivity? Read what you got.
Matthew chapter 2 verse 6.
Read.
And thou Bethlehem in the land of Judah are not the least among the princes of Judah.
Because Bethlehem was the ghetto. That's why it says the least of the princes. Bethlehem was the hood.
Right.
Like you got Fillmore, you got North Richmond, you got Sunnydale, you got Hunters Point. That was Bethlehem. Read what you got. Listen good.
For out of thee shall come a governor.
Listen.
Thou shalt rule my people. My people.
My people.
Israel.
Who?
Israel.
Who are God's people? Israel. So God says my people are Israel. Now let's go back to Isaiah chapter 5 and plug it in. Come on over here, bro. Listen to this. Listen good. Listen good.
Isaiah chapter 5 verse 13.
Read.
Therefore my people.
My people are who? Israel. My people
are gone into captivity.
These are the people that are in slavery. These are the people who was packed up like sardines on cargo slave ships. That's why we have these illustrations for you to be able to see. My people have gone into captivity. We were sold. The Jewish people had slave ships. They sent the Jesuit priest. They run the world today. All them funds, all the finances, all of that stuff. Guess what? They got that from your enslavement. Bank of America, Bank of the West, Wells Fargo, Chase. All of that. The banks that we got to go put our money in. Don't leave, young man. My people are gone into captivity. Read. We still talking about hell.
Because they have no knowledge.
Because what?
Because they have no knowledge.
But the brother said we got education. We can get education. So what's the knowledge that it's talking about? It says they went into captivity because they have no knowledge. Is it because I can't go get a master's degree? No, we can go obtain that, right? I can go get a scholarship and say, look, I want to go to this college and get education.
Right.
Now I have a little knowledge. So is that the knowledge God is talking about that we missed? Is that the knowledge that we went into captivity because we didn't have? No. Read what you got.
Malachi chapter 2 verse 7. Where the priest's lips should keep knowledge.
The priest is the pastor. The priest is the one that holds the Bible. He should keep knowledge. Read.
And they should seek the law.
The people in the community that has the community church should seek the what?
The law.
So the people should be seeking the law, the knowledge from the pastor in the church. Are they teaching God's laws in the church?
Read on.
The man said, oh, well, why y'all reading from the Old Testament? Because the Old Testament is where God's laws are. And we got to go understand what those laws are, so therefore we get the knowledge that we're supposed to be receiving. That's right. Get that sister a flyer right there. Read what you got.
They should seek the law at his mouth, for he is the messenger of the Lord.
He's the what?
The messenger of the Lord.
So if we preaching the laws of God in the faith of Christ, then we the messengers. Why do people attacking the messengers when we only bringing the message?
That's right.
Why you mad at the messenger? Because what does the Bible do? It cut. It cut. We read that earlier. So now, What I had you holding? I'll go back to Isaiah. Captivity. I'm bringing it back up to you.
Book of Isaiah, chapter 5, verse 13.
Read.
Therefore, my people,
young man, before you walk away, who's God's people? Israel.
Are gone into captivity.
They've gone into captivity. Why?
Because they have no knowledge, and their honorable men are famished.
The honorable men are supposed to be the leaders.
Right.
Famished meaning weak. So from generation, I'll just say from the 60s, they've gotten what? They've gotten weaker.
Right.
Because you know why? Put drugs in the community. It'll alter the leader's mind.
Right.
You see that? It will kill them all slowly. So you see that? You see the adversary that put that stuff in your... It was all planned to destroy the children of Israel.
Right.
You know why? Because we are the leaders. We're supposed to be the leaders. But if I'm destroying the leaders with drugs, with prostitution, with gun violence, you see that with hatred, with murder. If I destroy them, then guess what? I destroy the community. And if you destroy the community, you destroy the nation. Read.
And their multitude dried up with thirst.
Read.
Therefore,
because you didn't do these things, watch what God says.
hell.
What?
Hell.
What? Hell, captivity, honorable men are famished, weak leaders.
Bound and chained.
Read.
Hath enlarged herself.
Now hell's gotten bigger. We living in hell right now.
Hell right now.
This is hell.
Hell.
One form of it. Captivity is a form of hell.
Right.
And we're living in it. That's why everybody's smoking weed. That's why everybody's doing drugs, because they're trying to escape the reality of hell.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? This is hell. But they teaching you, this man right here in the Christian church, teaching you that you're going to get to hell later. Or matter of fact, they're teaching now that hell don't even really exist. You just do what you want, God gonna accept you. That's why everybody think they going to heaven. Didn't that brother say it with a goddamn taco vodka in his back pocket? He said, I'm going to heaven. In his mind, he thinks that he's going to heaven drinking in the morning.
Right.
He's being a hypocrite. He getting on you, and we just went through that. I'm glad the Lord set that up.
Because I just got to throw my taco vodka.
Huh? You threw that out? I'm glad you threw that taco vodka out.
That's right.
That's lighter fluid.
That's right.
I lost my legs behind these drugs.
Wow.
And I don't get it because I still do drugs. And everybody in my family go, now I got my mama and my brother ashes at my house. And why I'm not gone, I have to save somebody.
You know why you ain't gone? I'm going to show you why you ain't gone.
Bring it up.
Let me finish this point and we're going to deal with that, okay? Finish that.
Hell hath enlarged herself and opened her mouth without measure.
So it opened her mouth means it enlarges itself. It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger for the children of Israel. That's why everywhere you go in the world, there's ghettos. Because now we got to understand how to keep God's commandments. Now I said if we keep God's commandments, we'll be on where? We'll be on the top. Deuteronomy 28 and verse 1. Then we're going to get in some of these curses. We're going to get back in some of these laws. Right? Like we covered what? The beard for the man, and we covered the dress for the sisters. Let's get some more laws after this. Read what you got.
Deuteronomy 28 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently.
Children of Israel, if you hearken or listen diligently, read.
Unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Read.
To observe and to do all his commandments.
All his what? Commandments. If you listen and do God's commandments, read. Which I command thee this day. That the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. You see that? God said if you do what the heck I'm telling you to do, you gonna be on high above all the nations. That lets you know there's no equality with God.
That's right.
Somebody got to be on the top.
Bring it out.
And somebody got to be on the bottom.
Somebody
But guess where we are right now? On the bottom.
That's right.
So we understand as the prophets of God to come and redeem our people and take them back to the top with God's laws,
right,
so we can be that nation that God designed us to be.
Exactly.
The top nation of the world. Give me that in Sirach chapter 7, verse 11, 10 and 11. I'm going to show y'all something. See, we got to elevate our mindset. We got to come up out of sin, and we got to understand what God has for us.
Right.
You see that Sirach chapter, I think it's Sirach chapter, no, 2nd Ezra chapter 7 and verse 10 and 11. That's what I want. 2nd Ezra chapter 7, verse 10 and 11. Because remember, God going to set us on where? If we keep the commandments of God. You see what I want? 2nd Ezra chapter 7, verse 10 and 11.
2nd Ezra chapter 7, verse 10.
Read.
And I said, it is so, Lord. Then said he unto me, even so, also is Israel's portion.
Is whose portion?
Israel's portion.
Remember, there was a portion that God divided to the nations in Deuteronomy 32 and 8. He divided a lot. What did he give us? What land? Huh? No. Jerusalem. He gave that to us. He says this is Israel's portion. But watch this, not just Jerusalem.
Because for their sakes,
for the children of Israel's sake,
I made the world.
Wait a minute. So you mean to tell me the world only exists for whose sake? Read it again.
Because for their sake I made the world.
For whose sake? For our sake. What is, read it from the top again.
And I said, it is so, Lord. Then said he unto me,
read.
Even so also is Israel's portion.
Whose portion, sis? Israel's portion. Who's Israel? The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
That's right.
That's our portion. But watch this. Read.
Because for their sakes
I
made the world.
I made the world for them.
Right.
We supposed to be ruling the whole world.
That's right.
We supposed to be governing this place with God's laws. Our position was never supposed to be on the bottom. It was always designed for us to be at the top. So we got to get back to the top, keeping God's commandments. Sisters, y'all got to put on that beautiful flowy dress. Brother, you ain't in it, but you can't put on a dress. You got to grow your beard. We got to keep the Sabbath. We got to unite as a nation under God's laws.
That's right.
Because he made the world for us. Not just this block on Taylor and Jones and Golden Gate to rule and fight over and bicker and argue and go in the corner and sell dope.
Right.
He made this whole thing for us. Come on, we got to think bigger. Read.
And when Adam transgressed.
My
statutes, then was decreed that now is done.
So now it's done, which means once Adam messed up, it was set that y'all gonna have to suffer.
That's right.
It started a long time ago with our forefather Adam. So guess what? Now we have to come back and undo what was done by keeping God's commandments. Read.
Then were the entrances of this world made narrow, full of sorrow and travail. They are but few and evil, full of perils and very painful.
You see this place right here, he said? It's full of evils and a lot of perils. This place is evil and it has to be destroyed.
Right.
And the people that don't repent and keep God's laws, you're gonna be destroyed with it.
Right.
That's why you can't have on the strange apparel. That's why you gotta understand what the Sabbath day is. You gotta understand that Christ is a black man with woolly hair. You gotta understand that. You gotta understand that God's laws was for Israel.
That's right.
It wasn't for everybody. So guess what? Got to put on that dress. She got a hair wrap on. She got a head covered on. You got to have a head covered when the scripture's coming out. That's right. You see that? I said I wanted you to grab so you can drop that. So today's the Sabbath day. You know about the Sabbath, sis? I think you might know about the Sabbath, right?
A little bit.
So you know what the Sabbath day is?
A little bit, I'm ready.
Okay. Sis, you know what the Sabbath day is? Okay, we're going to touch it. This is why we got to give our people God's laws. You know what the Sabbath day is?
Sacrifice day.
Okay, he said sacrifice day. Yeah, you do sacrifice the stuff that you would do 6 days a week and don't do it on a day. So yeah, you kind of right, but that's not what it's going into. You read what you got.
Exodus chapter 20 and verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days.
Wait, no. Read it again. Sorry.
Remember the Sabbath day.
You see that? God said, remember the Sabbath day. Remember the Sabbath day. Remember the Sabbath day. What day do the majority of our people go to church on? Is that the Sabbath?
Bring it out.
Hell no, it ain't. The Sabbath, hell no, it ain't. He said, I'm cussing, but hold on, watch this. He said, I'm cussing. I said, hell. Where do we read that word? In the Bible.
That's right.
We not playing with you.
He said we're Christian.
Now you're cussing.
He said we're Christian. We're Israel.
We're cursing. Man, please, man. Read it again.
Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
See, that's the problem. That's the problem.
You gotta keep it holy
People
every
think,
day.
oh, you're cussing. But no, you're breaking God's commandments.
That's right.
Even though the commandments wasn't given to him. But that's what our people do. They say, well, you're cussing. You shouldn't use cuss words. Like that's the most important thing in the earth. Did God put us in captivity because we was cussing? Why did he put us in captivity? Because we was breaking the commandments. Not because I said shit or ass, which is in the Bible. Ass is in the Bible. A donkey. You know what I'm saying? Hell is in the Bible. So you mad at me? Anyway, really, bro, we're not on that. What's going on, family member?
6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work.
So you can do your work from Sunday all the way to Friday. Do your work legally. And I always put it out there legally because you know black people, I can sell drugs for 6 days? No. You got to get a job. If you don't work, you don't eat. At the end of the day. You see what I'm saying? Read.
But the seventh day.
But the seventh day, Saturday, Friday sundown to Saturday sundown is the seventh day.
Is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
So we cannot be doing certain things on the Sabbath. You got to understand. So when Friday night comes in, it's the start of the Sabbath. Right. Till Saturday sundown, it's the Sabbath. So right now is the Sabbath. So what can't we do on the Sabbath? Read.
In it thou shalt not do any work.
So we're not supposed to go work because how many days can we work? You said it. What is it? 6 days. But on this day, you can't do what? You can't be working. You can't go make money on the Sabbath day. So everybody got their stores open, breaking the law. And guess what? Our people going in there buying on the Sabbath. You think you can buy on the Sabbath? No, we ain't supposed to be buying on the Sabbath either. We're going to show you that. So we can't be working. Right? And anybody in your house cannot be working. You see that? God said don't do that. Read what you got.
Thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gate.
Damn, I ain't got no cattle. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, this is back then. But today, our kids can't work. Our aunties can't work. Our mama can't work if they live with us. That's right. They got to observe the Sabbath day. You agree, young lady? I know she agrees. She said yes. Absolutely. See, out of the mouth of babes. They understand. It's the grown folk that's out here messed up. You see that? Read on. Yeah, Nehemiah 10. So remember, we can't work on the Sabbath day. Can we buy on the Sabbath day? Somebody said no. What you think? Oh, cook on Sunday. You think we can't buy on the Sabbath day, right? Let's read it out of the Bible.
Nehemiah chapter 10, verse 31.
Read.
And if the people of the land bring ware or any victuals.
So if the people of the land being ware means items to sell, or victual meaning food.
On the Sabbath day.
On the Sabbath day.
To sell.
To sell.
That we would not buy it of them on the Sabbath.
So we can't do what on the Sabbath? We can't buy on the Sabbath either. So we can't go into the little store down there and give me a pierogi. You can't go over there to the store and give me a little cheeseburger.
A little hoagie.
You can't go in the store and get you a little Sprite because you thirsty. Right. You cannot do that. You cannot buy on the Sabbath. And I'm going to show you how to prep. Because if God says don't buy on the Sabbath, then what should we do? Get that in Exodus chapter. You did.
Bring it up.
That's fine.
Exodus chapter 16, verse 23.
Yep.
And he said unto them, this is that which the Lord hath said. Tomorrow is the rest of the holy Sabbath.
So this is Friday sundown. Before the sun goes down, this is when he's dealing with them. He says tomorrow is the Sabbath. Watch.
Unto the Lord. Bake that which ye will bake.
Bake means cook what you're going to cook on Friday before the sun goes down. Read.
Today. And seethe that ye will seethe.
That means boil, right? If you want to bake or boil, that's fine. You might want to boil some eggs or, you know what I'm saying, something, right? You might want to, some chicken, right? Watch this.
And that which remaineth over lay up for you to be kept unto the morning.
What do you have to do? Leftovers. You got to make enough that you don't have to cook on the Sabbath day. You see how God made it so simple?
On Friday, you ain't got to cook Sunday.
Yeah, well, no, you ain't got to cook Saturday. You can cook on Sunday. Do your thing. Not on the Sabbath, though. So remember, can't work, can't buy, can't sell, and we can't cook.
That's right.
Can't do that on the Sabbath day. You know why? Because, what you finna get? I'll take that and then I'm going to show you why God said that.
Leviticus chapter 23 verse 2. Speak unto the children of Israel.
Speak unto who? The children of Israel. He keeps addressing the same people. Read on.
And say unto them concerning the feast of the Lord.
Read.
Which ye shall proclaim to be holy.
What you get? Leviticus? No, I thought you was going to 35, you said. I thought that's what you said. That's fine.
Concerning the feast of the Lord, which are proclaimed to be holy convocations. Even these are my feasts. 6 days shall thy work be done. But the 7th day is the Sabbath of rest.
So work 6 days, the Sabbath is the rest.
And holy convocation.
What is it?
And holy convocation.
Sis, what is it? It's a holy convocation. You know what holy means? Said of God. What you say? Get that in Leviticus. I think it's 20 and 26, is it? You said, my God. What does holy mean?
There you go.
You said, be good. What you say, sis? Spirit. Okay, read what you got.
Leviticus chapter 20, verse 26.
What did God say about the Sabbath day? He said it's holy, right? Read.
And ye shall be holy unto me. For I, the Lord, am holy. And have severed you.
So holy means severed, divided, separate, set aside. God said the Sabbath day was what? Set aside to be kept what? Holy.
That's right.
It's not normal. God said set it aside. Read.
From other people.
From other people. Just like the children of Israel was set aside, God said the Sabbath was set aside.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is